In 1978, Robert Bishop clocked out of the Dunmore Paper Mill in Scranton, Pennsylvania at 11:47 p.m. and then vanished 14 steps from his car, which was still running when his coworkers found it an hour later. His boots were sitting on the asphalt 20 feet from the driver's door. His wallet was on the seat. 6 county search teams and 2 tracking dogs turned up nothing. And that is the problem. Robert Bishop was 34 years old. He had worked the night shift at Dunmore for 11 years. His foreman described him as the most reliable man on the floor. He called his wife, Dorothea, every night before leaving, a habit he had kept without interruption for 9 years of marriage. She confirmed the call came at 11:31. He told her traffic on Route 6 was light. He said he would be home in 20 minutes. There were no financial troubles, no known enemies, no history of mental illness or instability. He was in good spirits. He was 20 minutes from home. The Dunmore Mill parking lot sits on open flat ground. It is fully lit at night. At 11:47, 2 coworkers, Dale Fitch and Al Hruska, watched Bishop walk out the side exit toward his car, a 1972 Ford Gran Torino parked in the second row. They were 30 feet behind him. They stopped to finish a conversation. When they looked up, Bishop was gone. Not walking, not at his car. Gone. The gap between the last moment they saw him moving and the moment they noticed his absence was under 90 seconds. Fitch assumed Bishop had gotten into his car and driven off. He and Hruska went home. Dorothea Bishop called the mill at 12:24 a.m. The night supervisor walked out and found the Gran Torino sitting in the second row, headlights on, engine running. The key was in the ignition. The coffee was still warm. Bishop's boots, both of them, were sitting on the asphalt 20 feet from the driver's side door. There was no sign of a struggle. Police arrived at 12:51 a.m. By 1:30, the lot was a crime scene. They found no blood, no drag marks, no tire impressions from a second vehicle. The gravel showed no disturbance beyond normal shift change wear. 2 German Shepherds from a Lackawanna County tracking unit followed Bishop's scent from the exit door to the point between his car and his boots and stopped. Both dogs refused to continue. The handlers brought them around twice. The trail simply ended. A search of the tree line behind the mill's fence turned up no footprints. The creek 200 yards north was dragged. Buildings within a half-mile were cleared room by room. Over the following 4 days, 340 volunteers swept 12 square miles. They found nothing belonging to Robert Bishop. Not a jacket, not a watch, not a single mark on any surface indicating a man had passed through any of it. The working theory, the one investigators kept returning to, was abduction. Someone who knew the lot, knew his shift, knew the window. It fit the evidence in a way, a targeted taking. The absence of a struggle could be explained by surprise or numbers. The boots left behind, investigators suggested he was forced to remove them to impede tracking, or that they fell during a brief and silent confrontation. Then 2 coworkers came forward. They had seen a car they didn't recognize idling at the edge of the lot earlier that evening. A stranger's vehicle with the engine running. That, investigators believed, was the answer. That was what happened to Robert Bishop. Here is the problem with that. Dale Fitch and Al Hruska were not staring at the ground. Hruska stated clearly that he had a direct line of sight to Bishop's car the entire time he and Fitch were talking. He said no vehicle pulled in or out during that window. Police canvassed every business on the road past the mill's entrance. Not one driver reported seeing a car leave that lot between 11:45 and midnight. As for the stranger's vehicle, detectives placed that sighting before 11:00 p.m., nearly an hour before Bishop's shift ended. The car was identified the following week, a parts delivery driver with a documented stop at the mill that evening, cleared within 48 hours, clean alibi, a logbook, a witness. The car that didn't belonged there after all. The abduction theory had no vehicle, no witnesses, and no route of exit. Remember the running engine. Remember the boots placed neatly on the asphalt. None of it fits. Here is the detail that stays with you. The boots were not scattered, not thrown, not knocked loose during a struggle. They were set down, side by side, heels aligned. The way you set boots down at the foot of a bed before sleep. Forensic analysis confirmed no impact force. Someone placed them there deliberately. And they were 20 feet from the car, not beside the door, not near the driver's seat, but 20 feet away in the open. Somewhere in those 90 seconds, Robert Bishop stopped walking, removed his boots, set them down with care, and was gone. Robert Bishop was declared legally dead in 1985. His case remains open with the Scranton Police Department's Cold Case Unit. Dorothea Bishop passed away in 2011. She never remarried. She left the porch light on every night for 33 years. Why does a man, 14 steps from his car, stop to take off his boots?